Hey everyone, it's Anthony from 6Scale Mafia. Today we're going to unbox and review Marty McFly with Einstein. Finally, we have a 2.0 of our Back to the Future line. I am so excited. I can't wait for Doc. I can't wait for the disguised ones, and hopefully we're going to get that DeLorean. Anyway, let's get right to it, guys. All right, everybody, here is Marty McFly and Einstein, MMS573. He was initially released in September of 2021, and the MSRP was about $285 US. Now, he should hopefully be shipping within a few months from Sideshow, hopefully sooner than later. Marty stands at about 11 inches, and just for measure here, literally, Einstein is also about 3 inches. He comes with quite a few accessories, but first let's go ahead and take a look at the box. All right, so here we go. We got Marty and Einstein right at the bottom. We've got the movie poster cover art from the first movie here on the front. All the information here on the back. I really like the color scheme that they used here for the font as well on the sides. All right, now inside, boom, this is pretty awesome. We have the DeLorean. God, I hope that thing's coming. Out of time license plate. We've got our dates from the movies here on the top. Hill Valley on the bottom there. All right, so let's take a look at how everything comes in the box. There's quite a lot of stuff here, so I'll go over it quickly. You've got the camcorder, the Walkman, his watch, skateboard, the backpack. You've got the flyer, Save the Clock Tower flyer. And he has a total of 8 hands, which we'll go ahead and look at here in just a moment. So for his hands are pretty much what you'd expect from Hot Toys quality. And there he's got his relaxed hands. He's got some partially clenched hands. Then of course, he's got a pair of hands to hold the skateboard and a hand to hold the camcorder. So you can see they're pretty flexible too. I didn't have any difficulty getting the hands on the skateboard or the camcorder. They held perfect. I really like it when figures come with multiple hands. I know usually we end up getting, like 3 to 5 hands, but with 8 hands you can really have a lot of fun and versatility doing all sorts of poses. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at all the accessories that he comes with. Now first off is the camcorder, and I'm telling you guys, I am digging this thing. I love seeing these old school technology, man, that we grew up with. But if you look at all the details, I mean, you can even have like a little bit of a reflectiveness there for the lens. The black and red paint really stand out, especially here on the back side here. You can see there's a different texture here, different red texture right there on the back of the camcorder. You've got like your EQ settings, your focus settings. There's a microphone on it, your strap and your handle. It's really, really awesome to have this in 6Scale, I think. All right, now here's his backpack here. So you can open it up here. We got zippers on the top, we got zippers on the back. You only have one strap here that is adjustable. Faux leather on the bottom here. I think it'd be fine over time. Like I said, just keep good care of your accessories, and they should do you well over the years. Inside, he's kind of has like a pillow. If you recently picked up like a Scout Trooper, it's similar to that. There's a little pillow in there for fluff. And here we got little Einie. He doesn't have the stopwatch because we're gonna have to get Doc for that, but he's okay. He's kind of cheap, if I'm being honest with you. Like, he has a little bit of head articulation here, but I kind of wish Hot Toys would have put a little more time into their animals. I've noticed that with a lot of their releases. I mean, it's okay for what it is. It's just kind of reminds me like a little cheap Hallmark toy, but I guess it's cool that we got him this time around. Paint apps are pretty good. And then the skateboard. Oh, old school, man. I love this skateboard. I love the design, the graffiti on the bottom here, the yellow and purple really stands out. It's got a sticker on there. He's got a little bit of weathering on his wheels, and you can see the bearings on these things are actually pretty good for a 6Scale skateboard. You can see how nice they spin. But I love it. It's a really, really awesome accessory. You do some kick flips, some ollies. And then he's got his little Casio, I think it was a Casio, a little calculator watch. Gotta be careful with this thing. It's really small. I almost lost it a few times when switching hands. It just falls off. So just, that's a really small accessory. So just keep that in mind. And then he's got his Walkman, which I actually love this thing. This thing is super detailed for something so small. The only problem I had was it's kind of hard to fit it on his head, like directly on his ears, but otherwise this thing's great. I mean, look at the finishing on it here. There's a little bit of slight weatherings. You can tell that this is a used, you know what I mean? That he's really used this Walkman. I mean, you can see the detail, a little Dolby, you know, a mock Dolby icon down there, auto reverse. Headphones themselves are pretty detailed as well. The wires actually stretch out pretty far if you want to, but it's great. I love it. Now you've got your Save the Clock Tower flyer, and this thing's pretty detailed for what it is. I mean, you can really read just about every letter on this thing. It's a little hard to see the text there, but you can tell the big font. You can definitely read what this is. And then you've got Jennifer's phone number and her little I love you on the back. Thought that was a nice touch, movie accurate. And it just folds right up. And here's your base. It's your basic Hot Toys base, old school base. I think they basically reused it, but you can tell it's new, 2021 on here. And then it comes with a standard crotch grabber. Now the head sculpt I think is amazing. I know a lot of people, I guess it's subjective, right? Some people prefer the 1.0 Marty head sculpt. I'm digging this one though, after spending a little bit of time with it and taking a closer look. As usual, you can see how well the paint apps are. All the skin imperfections on his face. The hair is perfect as well, paint app wise. It's got good texture. I love the eyes. Eyebrows look really good too, and the furrow here. I mean, this is a really good head sculpt. The expression is maybe a little bit off for me, but it's not bad. I actually really like this sculpt. All right, for the body itself, I mean, he actually has quite a bit of fabric here. So you got a couple of pins here on there. You got the inside layer of his jacket, some nice texture. He's got some suspenders, his regular button-up shirt, and then he's got his red undershirt. Of course, he's got his life vest on top. It's a nice fluffy material here. This one comes off as well. The jeans, they feel pretty good. They're definitely, they're not quite denim, but you know, they do have that kind of coarse texture to them. The shoes look great as well. Now his arm span's about 45 degrees. Of course, as always, or mostly double jointed. It's got a good span, good rotation here. It's very stiff. But you can get him in some really nice poses. Now the knees go up pretty well as well, double jointed. Not that you'd ever go this far back, but just for posability, you can kind of gauge like how flexible he is. Especially with the pants, you'd think maybe it'd be a little difficult. Now the leg spread, that's actually a pretty good leg spread for him in my opinion. I can see all you do is just kind of kick the arms backward, just like a lot of others in this kind of situation, and you can just go ahead and take the vest right off. Now you can take the jacket off. I'm not going to do it here, but I'm just showing you, like, you do the same thing. Just pop the hands off and then slide this off. Now I wouldn't recommend taking off the suspenders and his actual like collared shirt here. I wouldn't do that. It'd be too much of a pain to get it back on. And you just kind of slide it right back on. Easy peasy. But I'm digging it. The collar bends really good as well, so you can keep it popped up or you can keep it down. Same with the t-shirt itself. I kind of pop it up a little bit if you want to get the headphones underneath it. Ankle pivot's pretty decent. I mean, it's not like a huge range of motion, but you can get it pretty good here, as you can see. I was kind of playing around with that, doing like some skateboard poses. You can see here it comes up pretty high as well. Overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of the body. There's really not much to nitpick on this one. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, overall, I'm really pleased with the figure. You know, I like many others missed out on the 1.0 and I wasn't going to spend that kind of money for it. I think he's great. He's a great addition to my collection. It kind of stinks that we're going to have to wait like a year and a half for Doc to come around. And hopefully we're going to end up getting that DeLorean, maybe a 2.0 from the pictures that we saw. Anyway, guys, that was just my thoughts. Now we're going to get into some poses. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video and I'll see you in the next review. And hey guys, don't forget to check out my Patreon page if you guys like what I'm doing here. There are many different ways to help support me and the channel and bringing everyone this amazing content. And once I reach 30 top tier members, I'll be giving away a hot toy once every month to the Patreons. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to come check out the Patreon.